Hello, my name is Estela. I'm a Bachelor in Environmental Management, and I'm here to present the work entitled Deforestation in the Legal Amazon in the Context of Climate Change Mitigation, the Interrelationships between Scientific and Traditional Knowledge of Amazonian Peoples. Here we have the reference that we used and the introduction. So I'm going to start talking about the Amazon biodiversity. The Amazon rainforest presents a high ecosystem variety. It represents the largest existing tropical forest, covers the largest genetic bank of the planet, possesses 1/5 of the fresh water available in the world, and shelters an enormous mineral patrimony. Here we have a map of Amazon rainforest, and as we can see, the biggest part is in Brazil, and it's named Brazilian Amazon or Legal Amazon. The Amazon rainforest is characterized as an area that is highly targeted for degradation human activities. And in this work, we are focused on deforestation, agriculture, and cattle ranching. These three activities are directly related since deforestation is carried out to open pasture and large monocultures. In 2019, in Brazil, the activity that emitted the most greenhouse gases was agriculture and cattle ranching, but also land use change is in the second position, and it is responsible for the deforestation of the biomes, with the Amazon being the mainly responsible for these emissions. Furthermore, we have the Amazonian people that suffers a lot with these activities. This work seeks to analyze the possibility of socioeconomic development combined with environmental conservation in the Brazilian Amazon through agroforest systems. It seeks to establish combining traditional and scientific technological knowledge, available alternatives to conventional Brazilian agriculture that contributes to reducing deforestation in the region and mitigating climate change. The methods that we used was systemic literature review and qualitative semi-structured interview with native people and researchers. Literature review. So we know that deforestation and climate change has a huge impact in the Amazon rainforest. The research concludes that the Amazon rainforest has two tipping points. One is if the deforestation exceeds 40% of the forest area, and the other one is the increase in the temperature by 4 Celsius degrees. If one of these happens, the Amazon rainforest is becoming a savanna. But we also know that Amazon rainforest represents an important role in climate change mitigation. So the flow of the carbon to the atmosphere represents biannual emissions for clearing and the stock of the carbon in standing forest. The standing Amazon rainforest represents a stock of at least 159 tons of carbon dioxide per hectare. And also the Amazonian peoples is really important for the forest conservation. We know that the Amazon rainforest has a plurality of peoples and cultures that have coexisted with the biomes for years. And the forest conservation is effectively observed in protected areas such as indigenous lands. And here's an example. Amazon indigenous land represents a stock of approximately 13 billion of carbon dioxide. So I'm going to define the agroforest systems because we are going to use it in the future, in the future of this work. So agroforest is a collective name for land use systems and technologies where wood perennials are deliberate used on the same land management units as agriculture crops and animals. either on the same far off spatial arrangements or temporal sequence. It's important to say that when compared to primarily forests, they can generate approximately 60% of ecosystem service and capture 60 to 80% of the carbon. Here's an example comparing the agroforest systems of cocoa and the cattle ranching. So as we can see, the agroforest systems use a smaller area and has biggest financial returns. So we can see that it's possible to build a new economic model based on Amazonian projects. And I'm going to talk about a case study of indigenous people, Paiter Surui. Here we have a video that shows the 7 de Setembro indigenous land. And as you can see, the surrounded area was really degraded, mostly because of cattle and logging, whereas the indigenous land is almost entirely conserved. So the first contact of Paiter Surui people with another culture caused several changes in their way of life. The cultural knowledge was fragmented, decrease of traditional food diversification, impacts on the quantity and quality of natural resource. They now have financial dependence of the people and depend for health and education service outside the village. So these consequences decrease the quality of life of Paiter Surui people, and because of that, some of them need to contribute to illegal activities such as logging to have money to survive. So seeing this, the indigenous leader with the Brazilian government built an ethical environmental management plan. And we are focused on the food security and sustainable production part of this plan. So with the traditional knowledge and the scientific knowledge, they built an agroforest system that guarantee their food security and also some species for the market, such as coffee, cocoa, pineapple, and nuts. They also made a carbon project, and it's really nice because they conserve the forest, they mitigate the climate change, and they receive money for the standing forest. And it's really nice because it can serve for an example to another indigenous people. So the indigenous people want technical and financial assistance to improve their nut management conditions, insert their projects in the economy market at fair price, recognition that their activities generate income and employment for the municipalities, obtain access to the technology which allowed the recording of traditional and identify illegal deforestation, and open it up on an international level. So we can see that agroforest system has proven to be a cultural, social, and economic alternative for native peoples because they can be used for their maintenance and commercial purpose, guarantee food security through the diversity of foods, promote extractive activities and cultural empowerment of native peoples. It also avoids the deforestation of the forest, conserving the carbon stock that it holds, and also captures the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Add value to the Amazon projects, contributing to a new economic based on standing forests. Balance between forest people knowledge and scientific technological knowledge. It's a powerful tool for the conservation of the forest and its inhabitants. demonstrates that traditional communities can remain on their land and benefit economically from forest conservation. So this was my work. Thank you